And the hits keep on coming. I'm not here to talk about the already aforementioned Ava Tyson controversy that's already going around. No. I'm here with apparently new news, and it seems like there is another victim here accusing Ava Tyson of alleged sexual assault. So let's go over it. So this victim, they go by the username of Moose Kina. Moose Kina. I'm gonna go with Moose Kina. I'm just gonna call her Moo. They them. Hmm. Don't know if they're pronouns. Okay, so Moo. Yeah. Moo has come out with apparent evidence that this was alleged sexual assault, obviously, by Ava. So I'm just gonna go over the entire thing. All the screenshots will be showed on screen, and these screenshots are taken directly from Twitter. And everything I'm just gonna read out everything. I'm just gonna go over everything because I personally haven't gone through the entire situation with Ava, and I do not plan to. But to my knowledge, this is my the first time I'm hearing of this. I'm hearing of this in particular, so I just decided to talk about it. Okay, so let's go over this. Okay, so she said we started messaging each other every day through Twitter. She confided in me that she thought my results from HRT were amazing and that she was planning on getting on HRT soon to transition herself. As someone who follows online culture, content, and streaming, I was overwhelmed by emotions with being trusted with this secret information that I knew would be huge news. As a transgender woman who publicly transitioned a month earlier, I genuinely could not believe something so amazing had happened in my life after I had been through so much. Eventually, we talked about me potentially working for Mr. Beast, and she told me that she was sure she could get me in a video. So here's the screenshot of them talking. I'm gonna show the screenshot after I've read everything. I'm not sure if that. I'm sorry if you guys don't like that, but that's just how I'm gonna do it for this video. All right, so next screenshot shows that, oh, she was the most famous person to ever show me that type of attention, and she immediately started love bombing and making me feel like the most important person in her life. Within the first few weeks of us talking, she told me that she told her therapist about the positive impact I was making on her life and that she had told her friends about me. She very quickly moved our conversation to Snapchat. While I was under the impression that she was working on getting me in a video, we started having video chats on Discord. Eva asked me to masturbate with her on a video call multiple times, and I always felt like I had to say yes if I wanted to be in a video or get a job. On one occasion, she asked me to join a video call and asked me to masturbate even though she knew I wasn't feeling well, which led me to joining her and then puking after a few minutes. Our conversations always leaned in the direction of affectionate and sexual. She sent me a lot of sexually explicit Snapchats, messages, photos, and videos. Our relationship was very confusing to me, and I didn't fully realize I was being coerced at the time. She eventually flew me out to her home in Greenville with a one-way ticket while I was still under the impression that she would be getting me in a video with Mr. Beast. The first night at her home, she told me to set up in her bedroom as I would be sleeping in there with her. I thought that this was potentially the beginning of a relationship. When we went to the bed together that night, we ended up cuddling and kissing, which led to her taking her clothes off and asking for oral sex from me. I went down on her, expecting to engage in sex and that would be reciprocated. But when I was down, she made it clear that she did not want to return any sexual favors to me. I was hoping that would not be the case the next time we hooked up, and I believed we would be moving to something more mutual. Over the course of the next week, Ava engaged me sexually and ended up receiving oral pleasure several times, but she never reciprocated any sexual favors in return when I was done. I was too scared to directly ask for anything in return, and she took advantage of that. The day she first posted publicly that she was on HRT was also the first time I was there. After making her post, Jimmy called her later that night while she was while Ava was receiving oral sex from me. She answered the phone and had that conversation with Jimmy while I continued to perform oral on her. I was again now giving access to very private information, which made me feel very special, something that happened consistently throughout our relationship. After almost a week, I was starting to feel really used and confused about everything. While I was there, I found out through conversation between Ava, myself, and her friend that she did not have the ability to cast anyone in a Mr. Beast video. I eventually asked Ava to buy me a ticket home and flew home the next day. Leaving Ava's house was incredibly difficult to process emotionally after that week. I remember trying to hold myself together while traveling so that I wouldn't break down in public. When I got home, I spent the rest of the night crying uncontrollably without fully understanding what had happened to me. Ava and I remained in contact, but she did not show me the same level of attention and affection as she did before I spent a week with her. This was the first time we went through a cycle of her love bombing me, using me, falling for someone else, treating me like I'm an annoying jealous ex, and then coming back when things didn't work out. Shortly after the first week, she went on a work trip to Japan and invited someone else, but things did not turn out the way she expected. She was upset and flew back early from her trip, and she also offered me a job as her assistant and offered me to move in with her. I quit my job that month and moved in with her on June 16th and began working that day. I was supposed to start with a 2-week trial. During this trial period, my employment with Ava continued to receive oral sex from me multiple times, and I started to feel like I was being coerced. Because I started to feel that way, I decided to try and avoid any physical engagement between Ava and I that could lead to more one-sided sexual acts. I took a short trip to my home state and at the end of July and returned on July 28th. When I got back, I continued to do my best to avoid anything physically sexual between Ava and I. On July 29th, we were watching TV together alone in her living room with no warning, prior physical engagement or sexual conversation. She took off her pants and started touching herself in front of me. I had just moved in with Ava and left my job to come work as her assistant. In no way, shape, or form did I feel like I could say no without somehow risking my job or being asked to leave. She used that against me in order to receive non-consensual oral sex. This was the moment that truly broke me for the first time. Nothing was enjoyable. It felt like it would never end, and my entire body just hurt from performing the act. Okay, so let me just tell you my own 2 cents of this. First off, the definition of sexual assault is an act in which someone intentionally sexually touches another person without the person's consent, or coerces or physically forces a person to engage in sexual acts against their will. It is a form of sexual violence that includes child sex abuse, groping, rape, drug-facilitated sexual assault, and the torture of a person in a sexual manner. Definition: generally, sexual assault is defined as unwanted sexual contact. I'm not sure if it's my brain or if it's just my own personal opinion. This is my own personal opinion here. This does not feel like it warrants alleged sexual assault, in my own opinion. I feel sorry for her. Let's get that straight. What happened to you? Apparently to you, it didn't feel good. Okay, I apologize. I really do. But this does not feel like it warrants this level of sexual assault. It doesn't feel like it is. It doesn't feel like it is. Maybe that's how it felt to you, but I feel like it's being blown out of proportion due to, Ava Tyson's recent activities. Because I have nothing to say. I'm not trying to defend Ava here. I'm just trying to say from my own point of view. This is from my own point of view. I don't like to dive into drama like this constantly, but in my own point of view, because I could be wrong, I'm open to being proven wrong here. But this does not feel like it warrants this just being accused of sexual assault. Again, I could fully be wrong here. You're free to tell me if this is the case. I'm not here to, just point fingers. I'm here to just state the facts, tell news and all that. Here, the following screenshots show the conversation between them that were provided on Twitter from what I've seen. Again, to me, this whole situation seems to have been blowing out of proportion, because it openly doesn't seem like she was forcefully. It doesn't seem like she was coercing. Yeah, it does not feel like forceful. It doesn't feel like forceful sexual contact. It might just be. It might just be me. Yeah, it might just be me. Again, I apologize. If anyone is hurt by this, please feel free to correct me. I'm trying to address this in the most respectful way I can, because I talk a lot. I stutter a lot. I'm still new to this commentary thing. Fair enough. Though you're free to tell me what you think about this whole situation in the comment section. I'm free to listen. I'll read all my comments. If you want to hate on me for this whole thing, that's fine too. But this is just my own 2 cents on the whole thing. I feel like people shouldn't be getting involved in this matter as much as because this could really be taken very seriously. Yeah, this could really be taken. But then again, what do I know? Nonetheless, if you enjoyed this video, if you made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.